From the outside, trading's an industry where people think you have to have university degrees, you have to be a maths wizard. It really, really isn't. One of the reasons why a lot of new traders fail is because they try and become the world's best technical analyzer, the world's best economist, know absolutely everything about the market. You're dealing with people that have dealt with trillions of pounds for the Bank of England, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, and they're available.
Someone who knows their finances and someone who deals investments all the time. I do look at that and it's so gimmicky, but people really buy into that, don't they?
The other thing as well is they sort of play mind games with you. So they say you have to make X amount within 30 days. You have to make X amount within 60 days. Well, that's not how trading works.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So before we begin, I'd like to say a big thank you to today's podcast sponsor, which is Casita Properties, the UK leading property company when it comes to off-market discrete buy-to-let sales. You know the gig, all the links will be in the description below. I have the pleasure of welcoming James Bentley, co-founder of Financial Markets Online. We've got the other co-founder behind the camera there. James, pleasure to have you on, mate.
Yeah, thanks very much. Excited.
Cool. Yeah. Well, let's dive straight into it. Let's find out a little bit more about who you are. This is all around sort of Forex, which we were just talking off camera, can be a tricky market to navigate in terms of staying away from the scammers and actually offering what is a legitimate financial service and to make money. So just talk us through who you are and your business.
Yeah, so I'm James Bentley, Director of Financial Markets Online. We specialize in teaching new traders from a beginner to an advanced level how to create a regular income from the financial markets. We're a team of 26 based in Chelsea Harbour, Southwest London. We have experience of some of our senior traders that have been doing this for almost 3 decades. The youngest on the trading floor is 19, who was an ex-client of ours. So yeah, we've got a very well-rounded team. We specialize in multiple assets, not just Forex, stocks, commodities, equities. And we have a fantastic track record of doing what we do. So yeah, really good.
Awesome. So how did the journey actually start? Because why Forex? You know, what was your childhood like? You know, where did you decide, right, Forex is my game?
Well, I've got quite a few family members that are in the industry, still to today at a professional level. And that was kind of the career path that I wanted to take when I was growing up. I have a very, very close friend of mine who, I mean, he's still a mentor to today, who is very, very senior in the industry. He's very well known in the industry. And as a young kid growing up, he was the family member that had the swimming pool in his house, the Ferraris and whatnot. So through my younger years, it was always, wow, this is amazing. As I started to get older, you start to think, well, how's he done it? And as I said, he's now a mentor of mine. And I was fortunate enough to land a junior position at one of the institutions that he was working with or working for at the time back in 2009. And I mean, I was 16 at the time and I was exposed to some of the best traders in the world and I mean, billions of pounds on a day-to-day basis. So from 16, my eyes were immediately opened.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It is a legitimate business model, you know, but I think because it has so much hype around people losing money like we were talking about. But, you know, I can also say that one of the family offices that I work for in London, one of their investment arms is all Forex. It's a total Forex platform. So, and they earn a lot of money through that. So it is totally legitimate, but
I mean, it can't be avoided. $6.6 trillion is exchanged on a day.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
So it's a good question to start with, I suppose. How do people have the eye for what's fake and what's not? Like, how do you look at someone and go, okay, they're talking the talk, but they can actually do what they say? Like, how, you know, if someone wanted to get into it or wanted to work with someone, what do they look for?
For us, I mean, like anything in life, it's always proof of concept. So one thing that we do well and which we've built our reputation from is hosting live events. Not many traders out there or so-called traders will invite 50 to 100 aspiring traders, people that want to get into the markets, into a room, teach them a strategy which is simple and easy for anybody to pick up, and then put it to the test on such a volatile market. So our proof of concept is we invite people in a room and we show you how to trade and how simple trading can be. From the outside, trading's an industry where people think you have to have university degrees, you have to be a maths wizard. It really, really isn't. And what we do is simplify that whole process for people so that they can start to take advantage of the financial markets and learn at a steady pace, really.
Do you think a lot of the wording confuses people and almost puts people off? Because I have to admit, I've looked at it in the past. You know, I know a few traders myself. There's one trader who's brilliant at breaking it down into layman's terms, where I can actually listen to him and I can think, okay, I understand it now. Like I get the model and now what needs to happen in between. Listen to someone else and it's almost like they're talking so much jargon. It's almost to suck you in. You don't know where to go. So you've got to hold their hand forevermore.
That's a really good point. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of new traders fail, is because they try and become the world's best technical analyzer, the world's best economist, know absolutely everything about the market. And there's lots of these guys on YouTube and Instagram that talk a great game, but don't actually make any money. And I think what we do is where we simplify the whole process. We're very realistic from day one. We never promise to teach anybody the whole financial markets. What we do is show you how to make money from the financial markets. And that's completely different. And when beginners or new investors start to understand that actually I don't need to learn the whole financial markets or try and be the next presenter on Bloomberg. I just need to learn a strategy that can be 10 to 20 minutes in an evening that's going to nick me a secondary income, then that's that breaks the barrier and they start to realize this can be easy and it can be simple.
Yeah. So let's talk numbers, because I know a lot of people get engaged when they hear numbers. I've always been under the assumption, and those that trade who I know, it's kind of a case of prove the concept over a period of time, like learn it, and then take on a demo account and over a period of time prove that you can generate over a period of time every month 4 or 5% on investment that goes in. Is that the way it works? Is it you've really got to prove over time your concept?
Definitely, like anything, you have to have self-confidence that if you're going to invest your own capital, you're actually going to make that capital work. But we're kind of on the opposite side of that. So we say never use a demo account. The problem with demo accounts is there's no emotional attachment. So you can't be a serious trader if you're trading sort of fake money, monopoly money as such. It's such a big step from being a profitable demo trader to then investing a couple of grand or 10K of your own capital into an account where you're dealing with real life money. That's your hard earned money that you've had to get that to work it. Now you're risking it in the financial market. So we always say just start small, real money, beat the emotional barrier, and trading is an emotional roller coaster. So get over that barrier, trading small, prove your concept with real money, and then just scale it up over time.
So is it legitimate for those that are watching, like I said, I've seen certain numbers and stuff like that, but is it legitimate that you can earn really good money every single week if you know the game?
It is, but you have to have a lot of money to trade with. I would say, and again, this is another reason why a lot of new traders fail. The average target on a monthly basis that a consistent trader can get to and be consistent for 12 months, 24 months is anywhere between 8 to 12% a month.
Yeah.
That is achievable and that is consistent. The problem that you've got is a new trader's not going to put a lot of money into a trading account, invest it in such a risky market as such, that they're going to want to start small. So if a trader starts with £500 in their account and they're making a maximum of 50 quid per month, yes, that's 10%, which is incredible, but you're putting 12 hours a day or however many hours a day into learning how to do that. Is 50 quid a month rewardable?
Yeah.
Definitely not. And it gets a period of time, they might be doing that for 6 months and say, actually, look, I'm going to start over risking now. I'm going to start, risking a few £100 in my account. And then that's where, unfortunately, a couple of losing trades, you lost 25%, 30% of your account, and it starts to go the other way. So again, it's quite a catch-22 as such, that you have to start small to get consistent, but it's not emotionally grabbing, making 50 quids, 30 quids, 20 quids, but you just have to beat that process and then eventually look for capital down the line.
So how did you go about building this business? Because it's one thing making money for yourself.
Yeah.
Now that you're running a business, so how does that tie in with your day-to-day? So is it a case of like, this is all reinvestment now? So how's the business been built? Because that's another interesting is looking at what you guys have achieved.
Well, I specialize in the European market. So my trading day is usually over by about 9:30, 10 a.m. in the morning. We have been in the industry for a very, very long time now. And we built such a great track record and credibility of hosting live events. And we put financial markets together quite quickly, wasn't it, in April 2018, where we saw the demand for people wanting to learn how to trade. But we saw the cost of some of these courses that people charge. They're extortionate, and the value and materials they provide are awful. So we found a bit of a gap in the market as a business, that we could host live events, give profitable strategies and ways and means of trading, and tons of content on a day-to-day basis, mentoring, coaching for a fraction of the price that's actually offered. Our beginner's course, which is a minimum of 3 months, so we keep you close for 3 months to ensure you get correct education, is completely free of charge. And that way we built the business very, very quickly, offering lots of support, guidance, mentoring. from, as I said, some of our senior traders have been doing this for over 30 years for some of the world's largest banks. These guys, they're not available every day, but for anyone serious, they can have a chat with them, they can have a coffee, meet them, and you're dealing with people that have dealt with trillions of pounds for the Bank of England, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, and they're available. So I think our credibility and our experience amongst the rest of the industry just allowed us to grow at a very, very quick rate.
I think that is a massive thing across any market, is credibility and like proof of concept, because you've seen them as well, so have I, as these people on Instagram where they're quite young as well, you know, and they're having photos taken, you know, they've got a cheap little villa in Marbella, or, you know, they've hired for a couple of days. But it does paint the image of where people who are influential, who've got £200, £300, and they're like, you know, maybe I should start it. Is it real where this is one thing that even people have approached me many a times when they say, look, you haven't even got to know it. Invest with us. We'll invest your money and we'll just give you the return. Yes. Is that a genuine thing? Do you do that?
We don't. We have funds that we trade for family and friends, and we can set our rules, our targets and so on. We keep it nice and simple in-house. A lot of these things on Instagram will be invest with me into Bitcoin, invest with me into cryptocurrency, which we're in it for the fear of missing out as such for cryptocurrency, but I do not believe in it. I do not know enough about it. And it's an unregulated market. And that's how a lot of these scammers get away with what they do, because, Bitcoin and crypto is untraceable into some extent. So, that's not true. It's very, very difficult. And I would say to anyone that wants to earn a few quid, just put the hard work in and learn yourself. Because if you dedicate X amount of hours a day for a set period of time, like anything in life, you get out what you put in. So if you find a mentor and you work hard for the next 12 months, you can start to see some success from the financial markets.
It's a shame, isn't it? Because when you see like businesses like yourselves, you're doing this legitimately and you're putting the work in and you're trying to offer as much reassurance in a market that can be, I don't know who to believe and who to trust. I'll say his name, but, you know, you get people like popping up on YouTube. Is it Greg Zecker? I think, you know, and he's always like walking around with penguins and, you know, he's just, you know, he's playing tennis and stuff like that. Yeah. So to me, someone who knows their finances and someone who deals with investments all the time, I do look at that and it's so gimmicky, but people really buy into that, don't they? Like, and I find it quite a shame.
I think that's the new day and age of this lifestyle that's portrayed, and 90% of what's on Instagram's fake anyway. Some of the senior traders that I've worked with in the past, and even family members that have been at the highest level within the industry, they are the least flashiest people in the industry, in the world. Yes, they've got beautiful houses, they've now got families, so they have to have a beautiful house, lovely cars, but these people don't show off one bit at all. And they're the people you want to be around.
Yeah, it is a shame. I think this is where marketing can be great for a legitimate business, but at the same time, you don't really, I was saying to someone the other day, if you want to start a business, if you've got a marketing budget, you can pretty much go up against any company. Literally. You know, you don't have to be legit. You know, I don't know why I use the example, but, you know, if a clothing brand, I could go up against Gymshark if I had 1.8 million to spend every single month on marketing.
Without a doubt,
we could literally go up against Gymshark. So, you know, it's a hard market to tackle. What would you say to people watching this? Like, what are the first 3 steps just to getting into Forex and trying to do it the right way?
Well, you have to get a mentor. If you want to shorten the process of becoming consistent and successful, you have to have a mentor that's been through every experience emotionally and physically, that can tell you what not to waste time on and what to waste your time on, and someone that's making money because you're going to mirror what they're doing, and just get educated. You have to work hard. You have to learn how to risk manage your account. I always talk about our trading account as our toolkit. A builder's never going to build a house without a set of tools. We can't make money without our trading account. So the more money you've got in there, the more money and more power you're going to be able to use within the financial market. So it's learn how to risk manage, which is your safe step to trading. Get a mentor and make sure they do make money and they are real and they can show you their results and so on. And just get your teeth stuck into it and have a roadmap. Set yourself a goal for 6 months, 12 months, even 2 years, and check in with your mentor to make sure you are on the right track.
So there's some great points there. I want to move it slightly onto more of your business mindset. Yeah. You know, running the business. What have been your biggest lessons in business? Like what have been the good, the bad, the ugly? What have you learnt now as sort of, being a molded businessman? What kind of things would you say to people that, they might come up against?
I think we built our business incredibly fast and it grew so quick, and we were so invested that we were spending so much of our personal time helping people, which is amazing because that's how we built success. And a lot of credibility from that. But we exhausted ourselves from trading in the mornings, doing what we do in the afternoon, and coaching 1,000,001 people a day. And I would say since then, we've now brought in more traders and people that we've worked with over the last year, some of which I've worked with 10 years ago, and they're all credible, they all make money, they're all extremely supportive. And we've now got, as I say, 26 on the trading floor every day that are there available to help people. So I think that was the biggest thing. We exhausted ourselves trying to please too many people. But on the back of that, we brought great success. And when our students started to make money, that's when referrals come in. They were bringing their mates in, their mates were bringing their mates in. And within a few months, we had hundreds, even thousands of clients.
So what's the business plan? Is it to exit? Like, do you think that far ahead, or is it just a case of you're just going to try and scale this Forex company?
It's scaling at such a rapid pace at the moment, and that is simply just due to our client results. So we've now got plans to relaunch our trading floor in Dubai. We've got a fantastic community out in the Middle East, and the next stop will be Africa. So we're in talks with guys in Kenya at the minute, and also Nigeria, and it will just be global trading floors. Learning and teaching people how to adapt to the financial markets and generate a secondary income, hopefully working it into a first.
So as the business owner of this company, for the both of you, then have you been able to sort of boots off the ground now? Are you overseeing this as like the operation? Because that's something I talk about quite a lot on this channel. Is it's great to do the work, and like you said, the amount of time, hours that you're spending, at some point you need to get.
We are, but we're both so passionate about trading and passionate about the business that we love being in the environment of what we have. I mean, on a day-to-day basis, you've got 20 of our traders, plus you've got coaching sessions going on. So that's our students coming in and out throughout the day. We could have 20, 25 coaching sessions on the trading floor per day. So the buzz in the trading floor is fantastic, and you want to be involved in it. So as much as we like taking a step back, we love the passion and the noise of the trading floor and the buzz of it, really. So it's quite a hard gauge, but I mean, as we say, Dubai's next, Nigeria and Kenya are on the roadmap. So it's just global trading floors.
You're enjoying the process.
Yeah, we're loving it. We really, really are. But it's what we do and what we've always done. So I don't think we'll step too far away.
So I'll tell you what, let's talk about what we spoke off air. If people are watching this and they're thinking about getting into Forex, but perhaps they're watching a few people on Instagram, are there any sort of things that they should be looking at when you see an account? Are there things that you should kind of check out to see if it's legitimate before you start following and spending time?
You want to ask for a track record, because we spoke about people trading demo accounts. There's no emotional attachment. You could place a trade, forget about it, look in a couple of months' time, you're 30 grand up. And these guys are posting it saying, hey, look at me, I've made 30 grand. And it's just ridiculous. It's a load of nonsense. So ask for a verified account. We have a open door policy. Anyone can rock up on our trading floor, have a coffee, have a chat, and see if trading's for them. I mean, another reason why we set up the business as well is people that want to make money but don't understand trading end up wasting far too much time and money investing into education that might not be great, and actually trading might not be for them. And we know of a story of a lady who invested 5k into an account with a company that we're aware of, and she sat the first day and said, this isn't for me. I don't understand it. They're not supportive, and what a waste of money. And in this day and age, 5k is a lot of money. So that's why we have our open door policy. We have free education, free courses. Come just try it. Don't jump into anything too fast. See if you like working with us, see if you enjoy the environment that we bring, and slowly get your teeth stuck into it.
Well, on education, I think there's that balance, isn't there, of being that person that just learns, but never actually pulls the trigger. You don't want to be the librarian, as I call it. But at what point, pulling the trigger with education, obviously it's something like for everyone, just keep learning every day. It's such a big part to actually grow as a person, self-improvement, development, all that good stuff. How much education? I know that you mentioned that your family were involved in it, but kind of what part plays in your life in terms of education, like self-development?
I mean, as a kid, I was that annoying kid that asked 1,000,001 questions. And as I said, where I was exposed onto such a huge trading floor and billions of pounds on a day-to-day basis, I really did. I'm so grateful of it now. Just jump at the opportunity, and I drove everybody mad. I had a mentor called Tom who used to run away from me. I used to ask that many questions. So from a young age, I was just absorbing as much information as possible. Since then, I've stuck within the same routine for so many years now. So I'm on quite a closed road in terms of my trading style, that I don't try and include or bring anything else in. So I haven't been educating myself on the financial markets or different strategies, because what we have as a team works. So I've kind of stuck with that. In terms of self-development, it's more about making sure I'm in the right state of mind to trade. I mean, we laugh and joke about it on our courses. We say to people, like, if you've had a bad day at work, you can't trade. If you're pissed off, you can't trade. If you're drunk, you can't trade. So it's just about being in a nice environment, feeling good, feeling positive, and that will portray on your trading results without a doubt.
Yeah, that's like anything though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think that's when it doesn't even matter what market or industry it is. I find that if you're physically healthy, you're eating good, your mindset's good, if you're just in a good place, and I think routine keeps you in check, doesn't it? I think, I don't know about you, but if you wake up late, or you've missed breakfast at a certain time, or you've not been to the gym at a certain time, it throws like your whole 100%. Day, just knocks you off, doesn't it?
And that's with actually approaching the markets to trade as well. We have such a strict routine of things that you need to look at before you make a decision, news announcements, the strength and weakness of a currency. So if your routine isn't in check and you're not following that day by day, you're not sticking to the plan. And like anything, as you say, if you're not sticking to the plan, then you're only going one way. So routine's key with trading, without a doubt.
It is. I'm going to go so novice here and ask you such a generic question.
Yeah.
But with Forex, when you do make a success of it and it does start becoming profitable, are you a believer in spending that money and going out and getting some luxuries? Have it even as a reward, because that's the picture that's painted, isn't it, with Forex?
You have to reward yourself, without a doubt. What I would say is, and this again goes for those kids on Instagram, they've got a Lamborghini, that's $2,000, $2,500 a month you can rent one for, or lease one for. That's X amount per year over the next 5 years. That money in your trading account could make 10 times the amount of what you're spending. Most traders, and as I say with the toolkit, a builder goes to build a house, the more tools they have, the quicker that job's getting done. As a trader, the more tools you've got in your account, the more money you've got in your account, the less that you need to risk to actually make a reasonable percentage, and the more money you're going to make.
Yeah.
So it's you have to treat yourself, because you have to enjoy life. Life's short. But yeah, I mean, the more money you have, the more power you've got. So I always say set yourself a target, and I pay myself a monthly wage from trading, and the rest just let it compound.
So because I know people are always wanting to know numbers.
Yeah.
But what does a successful, proven trader, what could they earn a month if they've got a healthy amount that they've now built the account up to?
Yeah.
Like we were talking, a full-time job, a senior leader might be earning anywhere from 90 to 100 grand a year. What could a healthy, proven trader earn a month? Like just for numbers or ideas? You
can still work into that sort of 8 to 12% monthly barrier. So let's round it into 10%. Depends how much money you've got in your trading account. If you've got £1 million in there, then you're doing 100 grand a month.
Yeah. And does it start with, because I know some people don't have that money to start with.
No.
So there's this talk around prove your concept, get funded.
Yeah.
Is that quite big for most traders to get started with a bigger account?
It's a great idea. We have our own in-house capital as well, which we offer successful students, and it's quite a selection process. We don't just give money out to anybody. A lot of these businesses out there's one called FTMO, which you'll see absolutely everywhere. It's all demo money. It's all fake money. Yes, they will pay you out if you're successful, but it's such a mind game, because you're still trading fake money. So you haven't got that belief. You haven't got the get up and go. I'm trading real money. I'm going to make real money. And the other thing as well is they sort of play mind games with you. So they say you have to make X amount within 30 days. You have to make X amount within 60 days. Well, that's not how trading works. August is typically a quieter month for the financial markets. It's holiday seasons and so on. So you might not do your 10%. You might do 2 or 3% this month. And it's just about working out your consistent average. So being pressured to hit a certain target in a certain time frame, it's not professional trading. And it's why a lot of these kids unfortunately blow themselves up.
And what would you say an average time frame from someone starting new? And let's paint the image of someone who works 8 hours a day at a full-time job. Kind of what's the time frame from someone saying, today I want to get into Forex and I eventually want to leave my job? Kind of what does a realistic time frame look to someone?
It's really hard to say, but I would say if you want to do this properly, you have to give yourself a year. We have students, like we had a waitress called Anna. She's one of our senior team now, to be fair, but she made 100 grand in her second year of trading. And she went from a waitress to earning an incredible salary, and now she's just gone leaps and bounds. She's flying. we've got students that unfortunately don't have a large amount of capital to start trading with, but they're still nicking a couple of grand a month. They're not millionaires, but they're still working towards and paying off their university fees and actually having a bit of funds to play around with for the weekend. We have builders. I mean, we've got one guy, Rob, who, he probably won't mind me talking about him, but it took him 3 or 4 years to crack it. But now he's one of the most profitable traders that we have on our books. So it really just depends. It depends on how much time you have available to take this seriously. It depends on how realistic you are. If you think you're going to make $1 million tomorrow, just stop trading today. And if you can be patient, if you can be disciplined, if you can, again, work towards a 12 or 24 month goal, it's possible.
Yeah.
Our smallest program that we teach brand new traders is 3 months. So we say, look, it's not happening today, it's not happening tomorrow, but over 3 months, you'll learn what trading style suits your personality, because some people work full time and travel to work 2 hours either side. So you're limited to the amount of time you can trade. So within 3 months, you're going to know what style of trader you are. You're going to know what strategies are going to work best for you. And you're going to know how long it's going to take you then to succeed.
Yeah, a bit of reality behind it there
without a doubt.
Scale. And it's all to do with circumstances of everyone, isn't it? Everyone has, that's the thing. I think too many people look at, they have this image of someone that they've seen online, and then they try and implement that into their life thinking, right, that lifestyle is going to be me. And it doesn't work like that. As we sort of come to a close, as a business, and as you generate profits and stuff like that, just out of curiosity, kind of, do you keep all your investment within the Forex, or do you like to diverse and you invest in other things with your capital? Do you have other interests with financials?
Yeah, I mean, we spread our risk 100%. Sam's heavy on his stocks. Myself, I'm predominantly Forex and some commodities. I'm what you call a day trader, so I'm more of a sort of smash and grab in and out style, whereas some of the other boys are more long-term, sit, wait patiently. So we invest a lot into certain stocks, and these are grouped on seasonal periods like commodities, and people laugh, but we invest in soybean, cocoa, coffee, because they have certain periods of the year where they outperform others. You can't trade something like coffee for 12 months of a year, but sort of March, April, May, they outperform. So other commodities like that. Crypto, as I said, we're in it for the fear of missing out, but I don't take it seriously.
But do you buy anything else? Do you sort of invest in property? Do you lend money to companies? Do you stay within your markets? Yeah, because we also offer our clients funding as well. So a lot of the capital that we have gets sent back out to some of our students who are successful. Our funding can start from 15K all the way up to 1.5 million, and all profits are shared 50-50. Right. It doesn't start at 1.5 million. They have to hit targets to work their way up there. So our capital gets reinvested that way, which allows us to leverage our resources, especially if one of us was to have a crap month and someone else is making money. So it balances it out. So property, not so much. I mean, I own my own property, of course, but not so much property, no. Yeah, all within the markets. Well, James, it's been a real insight, and I think it's been a realistic insight. So hopefully everyone's learned. What I will do as well is, Faye, this is your job here, but somewhere on the screen, like if we pop it up now somewhere, we'll put your Instagram tag, because I know that's another thing that is working out who's real, who's not. So there's only one of your account, isn't there? Just the one. Financial Markets Online. We clarified that. That'll be on the screen somewhere. James, absolute pleasure, mate. And for everyone that's watched, hope you learned a lot, and we'll see you all very soon.